What's going on, guys? Joe from Odyssey Off-Road here. We're in the garage and I'm standing in a place where there used to be something parked. Probably already guessed what that is based on the thumbnail, but let's talk about it. Well, as you see, this is the place where the side-by-sides would usually be parked. Most recently, the KRX four-seater we had. And we sold it. So some of you guys are probably scratching your head. We haven't had it that long. Some of you may not be scratching your head. You may not be surprised based on how we revolve the machines we have around here. So we've decided to kind of step back from the side-by-side thing for a while. We weren't using it a lot, and that was really the main driver for getting rid of it. We ride the ATVs a lot. If the KRX was, say, I don't know, $15,000, $20,000 machine, maybe we wouldn't have gotten rid of it. But it was $30,000 machine. It was just sitting here. We're using it once a month. It just didn't. I just couldn't justify that much money just sitting in the garage, taking up space. So I know a lot of people sell their stuff. They buy it. They figure they're going to use it more. Then they go around, flip it, and sell it. With me, a little bit of a different story. As you guys, if you look in the history of my channel, you'll see we go out riding almost every weekend. And the problem here was we also have the quads. We've been using the quads a lot. So the side-by-side was kind of just sitting around. Like I said, if it was like, $15,000 Razor S or something like that, wouldn't be that big a deal. Whatever, it sits, it's there when we need it. But $30,000 that I had financed, sitting there, that's almost $500 payment. So I couldn't justify it just leaving it sit there. We are in agreement. We will probably get another side-by-side at some point. But right now, we're really heavily involved with the ATV riding and doing that. My wife just got a new unit, as you probably have seen in the last upload. She got a I'm sorry, I almost said Razor. She got a Can-Am Renegade 1000 XXC, same as mine. We've already done some things to change it up a little bit. And she had the Renegade 570 prior to that. And we've just been riding the quads. Everybody in the household has one. I have two now. I have the Raptor 700 and my Renegade. So two different purposes, obviously. We did a ride last weekend with the two Renegades, just my wife and I. And went on some really rutted out, rocky, rough terrain, and these things are just great for that. Raptor has its intended purpose also. So I'm kind of going to be splitting up my ride time between the two machines, depending on what I'm doing, where I'm going. And then, of course, my son still got his Polaris Outlaw 110, and that's a 2021 model. And then we got my daughter's 2006 Raptor 350. And then the two Renegades are 2022 models. They're both the exact same. We just, my wife got rid of all the orange, and then we added some pink to it. We'll do a separate video on that, some more things we're working on with that one, and then we'll kind of do a little video, summarize the changes on that one. But mine, that's how it comes, and they were both the same. So we've been working on making ours a little more unique. And so that's it. You see all the gear in the back for the quads, the helmets and the boots and the riding jerseys and the pants. So we've been enjoying the quads. The KRX was awesome machine. I in the time I had it, we put, I don't know, 260 miles on it, which isn't a lot, but it met every expectation I had when I bought it. The ride quality was amazing. Probably the best ride quality, the best shocks, best suspension of any side-by-side on the market. Only one I can't speak to and compare it to would be the new Razor. So I don't know how those are, the one with the 4-cylinder engines in them, but I had a Pro XP Razor and I wasn't really impressed with that. The KRX 4-seater, that was the best suspension of any machine I've had, and I've had quite a few if you go back in the history of my channel, and there's some side-by-sides I've had that weren't on the channel before I started the channel. So I have quite a bit of experience with different machines, and I will say the KRX suspension is hands down the best I've ever been in. Right out of the box stock. Obviously you can work any suspension, make it better, but off the factory, from the factory, off the showroom floor, KRX, that's where it's at. If you want a machine that is going to handle everything you can throw at it, not sink a ton of money into it, that's the machine to get. So we sold that. We then traded in my wife's Renegade 570 for the 1000, and so she has that. And the reason for that was the 570 was a good machine. It had enough power for her, in all honesty. It wasn't about the power. It was just more about the creature comforts of the 1000 gives you over the 570. She had looked into trading it in for the new 650 Renegade, but that didn't have the things that the 1000 has, which power steering. She wanted the power steering. She didn't want to go with an Outlander. She wanted to stick with the Renegade lineup, and the Renegade 650 does not offer power steering. The only one you get power steering in is the 1000. So she wanted that, and also we were going to upgrade the shocks on the 570. The base model 570s come, but not that great. Just standard shocks. You get the Fox on the 1000s with the fully adjustable suspension. So that was her reason for upgrading to that. And then I just wanted a Renegade. I was debating on that or the Polaris Scrambler S. So kind of went back and forth for a while, and I talked about all this on the video I did when I picked up the Can-Am, but ended up going with the Renegade. So now we have the two Renegades, two Raptors, a 350 and a 700R, and the Outlaw 110. So that's pretty much it for now. And I got a nice little space here in the garage. I can pull my wife's Toyota 4Runner, get to park in here now at night. My wife's never been able to park in the garage between my truck, and then we had the side-by-side, and then whatever ATVs we had at the time on that side. There really hasn't been any room for her to ever park in here. And when she got rid of the Chevy Traverse and got the 4Runner, I really wanted to get it inside and just protect it from the elements here in Arizona. The sun is a killer, and then there's a lot of rodent issues too with leaving your vehicles outside over here. A lot of pack rat issues in southern Arizona. So wanted to kind of get it inside and get it protected. So getting rid of the side-by-side, making some room, I can do that. At some point, we're going to build a shop on the side of the property, and maybe at that point, we'll get another side-by-side, and we'll have room to put it. But right now, and I can tell you probably it'll be something less expensive. I don't see myself buying another $30,000 machine again. I just don't see. I just don't see that as being a smart purchase. Unless something changes for what we are using it for, and a family fun trail machine. I think we'd go with something considerably cheaper next time. We've had lesser machines in the past, and in all honesty, we're very happy with them. I'm the type that likes to just kind of change it up and try new things, and so that's one of the reasons we sell and buy and trade and switch up the lineup a lot. What we see right now here with the ATV is probably not going to change unless my daughter just says one day, I don't want to ride anymore, sell my quad. And in which case, I may not even sell the Raptor 350 still. I may still even keep it even if she doesn't ever want to use it, because at some point, my 7-year-old son is going to outgrow that 110. And he can just hop right on the Raptor 350. So it's an easy machine to learn how to ride a clutch on. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I can tell you right now, for the foreseeable future, none of these machines are going anywhere. Definitely not the two Renegades, and definitely not my Raptor, and definitely not my son's Outlaw 110. And for the time being, my daughter has no intentions on getting rid of her Raptor 350 either. She doesn't ride as much as she used to. You know, she's a teenager now, so she does teenage things, hangs out with her friends and after school, and you know, does all that stuff. But when we do get out, she enjoys it. She does want to do some things to the machine still, like an exhaust. She wants to do a wrap and, you know, make it a little more customized. I'm not sure about the extent we'll go crazy on it as far as a wrap goes, but we are going to do an exhaust on it at some point. Hopefully here by this summer. And we got plans for all these machines here, some upgrades. So I hope some of you guys that were just following for the KRX content stick around to the channel. Still got plenty more of off-road fun things. And, you know, if you like off-roading in general, that's really what this channel is about. It's never been about one particular machine or one genre of off-roading, whether it be side-by-sides, ATVs, or trucks, or Jeeps, or anything like that. It's about anything. Anything that can off-road or use to pull the toys, i.e. the truck. Anything involved in the sport, I cover on the channel. So that being said, hope some of you guys stick around who were here for the KRX content, and you enjoy the other content on the channel. I got a bunch of stuff, videos lined up here coming up. So if you guys are into anything other than just KRX content, please stick around. If you don't, I totally get that too. Smash the thumbs up button on your way out. Really helps me out a ton. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're interested in off-road topics, ATVs, anything to do with off-roading, there's going to be some content on the 4Runner as well. I got a video lined up here coming up on that and some upgrades we're doing on that one. And plenty to cover. So stick around to the channel. I appreciate you guys who have stuck around since the beginning and have followed along on this whole crazy journey of different machines. So I really appreciate that. We're going to do a little bit of more content where we involve the family in here in the future. I think get them involved more in some of the videos. So we'll see how that goes. If you guys are interested in kind of more like some background videos and behind the scenes kind of stuff, not just reviews and walkarounds and how-tos, but more of, you know, the family aspect of the adventures, let me know in the comments below. So we'll see how that goes. And I hope you guys stick around to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for checking out this video. This is Joe from Odyssey Off-Road. Get out there, have some fun, and ride your machines. But be safe. And remember, pack in what you pack out, like my buddies over at the Rangers Off-Road always say. Don't go out there and be litter bugs. If you bring stuff out there, if you're camping, drinking some cold beverages, clean up after yourself on the way out. It's the only way to keep the trails open. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for clicking on this video. Smash that thumbs up button on your way out. Leave a comment below just to say hi even. And we'll see you on the next one.